Welcome back to the last game in this series. A best of 5 that has been epic, to say the least. I am Rifkin, and I'm joined by Zombie Grub. And before we even do the introductions, I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. The viewer count for this was insane. It's broken records here on Base Rate TV. And this series has been entirely worth staying up this late, being this tired, being this exhausted. We continue forward with the IEM Sao Paulo qualifiers to see which of these North American players go on to fight in Brazil. There'll be 4 total qualified players. We are deciding the last 2 as we speak. State versus Puck is going on. We got CM Storm's Polt versus Huck here. And of course, we gotta give shout outs to Major and Hello Kitty. Yes, Hello Kitty for advancing already. But Spotty here in the top right corner of the map. Without further ado, and without wasting time, it is the Red Terran from CM Storm. Ladies and gentlemen, with my pleasure and honor, I give you, for the last time today, CM Storm's Pults.
And on the bottom left, as the Blue Protoss, actually, it's going to be EG's Huck.
We're going to have like an introduction boot camp one of these days. I try so hard, like I go full try hard, and you're just like, it's Huck. Sup?
I don't have the caster voice like you do, the announcer voice.
Zombie Grub. It's our dual citizenship. American, Canadian, North American representative from Evil Genius who's spawning blue in the lower left corner of the map. Huck.
You know what? Maybe you should just tone it down a little, alright, Rifkin?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm bringing this cast. I'm sorry.
Bring it down.
Kind of a cute thing out of Polt, though. This is something you don't see too often. The supply depot at the top of the ramp. Now, we've talked about this before, about how this is kind of a free kill to things like the Mothership Core, Stalker, Zealot, Poke, which has been very, very prevalent from Huck in this series. Not that this is a big deal and it's not anything worth overanalyzing, but it's just kind of interesting they chose to do it. Perhaps worried about that earlier attack, might need that full wall off. I don't know. We'll see what he's got on his mind. But Reaper will put his fears to rest. Second pylon being put down in a bit of a cheeky spot. Polt might think this was there's no way he thinks it's proxies the gateway, but of course he's gonna be looking for that second pylon, or third pylon rather. Sorry, I said second. Third pylon to be like, wait, what's going on? Can we take a second here, by the way, to give Huck some love for not using oracles at all in the series?
Oh yeah, that's true. That's actually what I was expecting last time. I was like, what? Anything cheesy?
Like sincerely, Huck, thank you for not being a patch class. No, I'm just kidding, guys. We're having some fun, but it is curious that is an option that has been so popular and effective that he's chosen to ignore it. It's obviously worked out for him. He's here 2-2, squaring off against one of the better Terran players in the world. I'm just wondering if on Yasuo this might be the one time he goes for it. I mean, not for a proxy, obviously, at this point, but still. A bit of an interesting choice not to use it at all. Zealot using the bushes here to make sure the Reaper actually can't take the fight, but Polt is actually going to play Ring Around the Rosie around the Watchtower, except the Mothership Core. Except the Mothership Core. The Stalker will actually finish this off.
Hey, that Reaper's always been in the bunker, and now there's nothing in the bunker, and I think
Marines.
Huck might... the Marines give up the high ground.
But this is where Huck splits off and sends the Mothership Core to the high ground, because only 2 Marines at a time, of course, is not enough to kill the Mothership Core, so kind of sucks for Polt that he has to split his units like this.
Yeah, it could also, I mean, it can get the Marine kills, but then eventually it's going to have to leave, so it might dart into the SCV, but nah, just going to get a good scout off. You don't expect much. It's a standard build that Polt's always been doing, but, oh, we're actually going to get a second Stalker come in here. Can't stick on the bunker.
Well, that's if you're going to try and repair it, but of course that's not going to be enough. Mothership Core does back up because he knows how important it is to keep this alive. Bunker will go down. Nice snipe here out of Huck, and now these Marines actually have to worry about these... Well, okay, actually, with only 1 Stalker, it's not that scary.
Yeah. Huck, I believe, in a few games ago, he also, he, like, wanted to go for the second Stalker and then realized he hadn't gotten Warp Gate. I guess that was the first game. But that obviously is something that he could have done. Behind this, he's getting a Warp Prism, actually. A very early Warp Prism. Possibly the earliest that you can get on 2-base.
Yeah, but the thing, too, is his Warp Prisms have been used, like... as distractionary, right? Like, I mean, I'm not trying to downplay this. This could be really cool, but Huck's not utilized them to really win a game. You know, like.
Yeah, it's early enough that maybe it will finally surprise Polt, but you're right. It's only been as distraction tactics, which is why I thought maybe hallucinated one would have been better. But of course, this time, as early as it is, you gotta do something with it. And he has a 2 sentries and a zealot. Of course, you can force field off the SCVs from running and then go ahead and tickle them to death, but There's already Marines in there. This is probably more of an Oracle than a Warp Prism, but it's going to work out for both.
Well, full scan here. The natural reveals is a little bit naked, a little bit empty, but of course he has no idea that the Warp Prism is coming. Bunkered up here at the front, not going to stop this from happening. Bunker coming down at the top, perhaps a little bit too late. Nice force field, but there's just not enough. There's too many Marines and not enough units in this Warp Prism.
Had there been absolutely nothing on the high ground, maybe he goes for the extra warp in, but since there was anything at all, it would have been too risky. And the bunker going down is definitely Polt saying, like, this is game number 5. I'm not going to lose something stupid just because I wasn't expecting it. But of course he canceled it knowing that it was a Warp Prism, obviously.
Yeah. Well, Huck, I don't know, making standard moves behind this. He's been opening these games a little bit less than standard, but really, let's real talk about how that's actually really effective against someone like Polt, who, well, he beats standard. He beats standard twice in this game. This series, I should say.
Yep. Polt's probably going to be doing that push out. Well, I take that back. If he does the push out again, then he's going to have to keep more units than he wants back at home. So I guess he's just going to go ahead and wait for good old medevacs, which are delayed right now. Yeah, they're delayed. They're going to be popping out at like 11 minutes rather than like the 10 that we might be seeing from Polt usually.
Well, the Warp Prism's been left alive too, which is worth noting. So even though Polt is moving out, it's because he's moving out. This could be a really effective time to attack. Now, unfortunately, Huck doesn't know this as he doesn't have control of the Southern Watchtower. Might have caught a glimpse of it with that Northern one, but this is going to be a very awkward intercept.
Who's this going to work out for more? The Immortal is there.
The force fields have to go down, but those are not good force fields. Huck doesn't have the forces to deal with this. You know, the Warp Prism is, and will kill some SCVs through the Zealot Warp in.
Oh, but Polt's moving in. He sees an opportunity here. He's going to get the Immortal. The cannon might just save Huck from losing so many probes that the Zealot Warp won't even matter. But as is
so low, but there's nothing else in the main.
Oh, yeah, and the Militia Corps definitely went down. I don't even think it had a second cannon. Had it not. But these units are so low.
Oh, here comes the Immortal. If he takes out the Marauders, then the Stalkers can easily clean this up. So Huck will hold. How many workers did he kill in the other half of the map with this going on? Total of 9. Gets 2 of the Zealots out alive too, but that Warp Prism is it's not long for this world, Zombie Girl.
He is getting 1 Viking too. I mean, it's going to be useful later on for Colossus, of course, but that's specifically to kill the Warp Prism. He doesn't want to have to leave the units back there just in case. Blink once again coming down for Huck. Unfortunately, he lost most of his army, so his base is looking very barren right now.
Warp Prism did actually manage to get out. I like the distraction tactics. He unloaded the Zealots in order to do this, but oh no, maybe with this stim 19 health, it will barely get away. So I was looking at the production of Huck there, so I missed the first tail end of that, but still we got to see the Warp Prism barely survive. Now, unfortunately, this makes it a little bit scary because you don't want to carry anything inside of this at this point. If you load this up with 4 Zealots, chances are you lose the Warp Prism before any of the Zealots come out. But if you just use it for Warp Pins, it can still be very effective. And the Viking's actually hunting this down.
Darn it. I don't think it's going to actually catch it.
No, it's not. Warp Prism actually, a lot of people forget that speed upgrade from a couple patches ago. It actually, beforehand, Vikings could outrun Warp Prisms. Now they can't. Warp Prism is a little bit faster. You can actually, fun fact, unload, or you can be like transformed, have a Viking attack you, untransform, and still get away before dying.
Fun fact from Rifkin.
Yay,
Polt's finally pushing out. Finally pushing out with those medevacs so he can start that really great harassment that we've been used to seeing from Polt. Huck once again going very Immortal heavy, going up to 4. I thought that it's been a hit or miss, honestly. It depends on how well his aggression on the map has been to determine how well this Immortal-based army has been.
Quick update from the other side, guys. Looks like State versus Puck is currently 2-2 right now. I don't know if we'll cast Game 5. Fingers crossed if we can, but if not, there's your updated score, so you're not missing any of the action despite the fact it's not being cast.
That was the Warp Prism going down there. The Zealots did get dropped off, but did not do very much. In fact, no damage. Unfortunate, but maybe inevitable as the Warp Prism was so low on health.
Blink finally shown, I think, for the first time this game. I don't know if that was or wasn't, but gets away from the Immortals, keeps that 1 Stalker very low, alive. Probe was going for a 3rd, but of course, not going to happen, and Huck realized, oh yeah, let's not have the low Stalker on the front lines.
Still going to try and go for the 3rd, but again, it's so dangerous. Polt's going to be attacking from 2 sides yet again. The Blink Stalkers are going to take the Xel'Naga, and did they see that huge chunk of army? They did, so the 3rd should be... Okay, I guess he didn't. The 3rd should be canceled right now. There we go.
Some of the factory is kind of cool. It's not going to get him the armory deficit upgrades that we saw last game, but still, finally gets it off the map. Normally, this is something that floats around for like a good 20+ minutes because it's just not worth killing. It's not worth overextending to kill, I should say.
Yeah. Polt's in a very good position. The games that Huck have won, they've usually had some type of very good engagement to put him ahead, but Polt's in his, it's in his environment right now.
I like this, though, because like you said, either the games where Polt or Huck have won, they've gotten ahead in the earlier game, and it's kind of snowballed off of that. Oh, Huck got out of position a little bit, going to lose this Immortal at the natural, and this, unfortunately, due to the fact that these Blink Stalkers were chasing, there's no guard against that, so a great rush in from Polt. But the point I was trying to make before was, like, this is one of those games where actually, like, I love that it's game 5 that it gets decided, where it's actually kind of an even, like, playing field, start to finish.
Yeah. Oh, the Blink's on cooldown, unfortunately, so one does go down. But Huck's always been very good about at least keeping the Blink Stalkers alive throughout the entirety of a game. So, I mean, people make fun of him for the whole top 3 control comment, but he really does have good control.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know. See, the problem for me is, like, I got into the StarCraft scene after that was, like, already a meme, so I never got to see him fail. I've only ever seen Huck with good control, so I've always just assumed it was sarcastic, I guess.
No. This
good force fields.
Yeah.
Well, pull the Zealots back, though. Why is he charge left freaking out into the force fields there? Colossus will get a couple of extra kills, but with no aggressive blink forward. Oh, we got a faked out Void Ray, but I'd love to actually see a real Void Ray.
I really good. Like this.
It'd be so good versus the Marauders. It'd be so good versus the Medevacs. And of course, if any Vikings come out, they're going to be having to focus that instead of the Colossus. But all right, Huck's still playing pretty standard. I mean, Polt is starting to pull ahead. Is where it gets scary, though.
Yeah. Still, if Huck can stabilize, it's not about really defeating Polt's army straight up. It's about defending and keeping those high-tech units alive until you get that really great Deathball army. And if Huck can do that, then of course he's fine. But Polt has shown that he's very good. Oh, that might have been a mistake clicking in like that.
Yeah, coming in from the side. Force fields go down, but perhaps a little too late. The Zealot's going to do a great job here to the north, but if he cleans up the south, he can continue pushing forward. The Viking is one. It's not enough to stop this. The Colossus lives, but here come the reinforcements. So Huck can't chase down the cliff, but takes a very decisive victory in this engagement. Although, it may change in a moment. The Colossus fall, but the Immortals are still going strong.
Those Immortals against Polt's Marauder-based army have been so effective, but I still don't think he should keep pushing forward. No. If he had a recall, he would definitely like to use it, but no, he's going to lose all of the Immortals instead.
The concussive shell really kicking in. Got some Zealots coming to try and protect this. Sacrificing Zealots better than sacrificing Immortals, but another Immortal will fall. Can Huck? Oh, he's going to get the third one too. Huck does not escape, but it takes a good fight, actually choking on the ramp. Polt can't push into this. The overcharge is going, and there's a Colossus there, so again, a weird trade. Look at the resources lost, Zombie Grub. Almost dead even.
Polt's making nothing but Marauders with each wave. Finally starting to move in some Marines there still. But after seeing so many Immortals, yeah, they're still being effective. I'm just surprised that he continues on with it.
What I'm loving is, by the way, almost no workers killed from either player. This has been straight up an army fight the entire game. No one's really... I mean, Huck, of course, tried to go for that with Zealot Warping earlier on, right? But not the most effective at the end. Stalkers, Zealots... He's got a good composition for continuing to scrap fight, but as we see, I don't know if he can keep up with, like, the multitasking.
Yeah. Well, of course, with the Immortals gone, again, Marauder Heavy is going to be so effective against Blink Stalker Colossus. He would have loved to already change into Charge Art Archon by now, but he's been he's been trading so much, it's been really quite impossible with the gas that he has.
I don't like that. Okay, Blink's back immediately. I was gonna say that could be bad. We got 4 Medevacs loaded, ready to drop towards the main. There's 2 cannons waiting, but they're not in range of where the Medevacs will want to drop out. And Polt is just waiting for Puck to chase him. Or sorry, Huck. For Huck to chase him. Sorry, I just get so mad when I do that because it's such a simple mistake. But anyways, cannons will go down. There's nothing here at the main but 1 Colossus, and 1 Colossus will actually go down to this. Oh, that's really unfortunate for Huck.
Yeah, common mistake. Unfortunately, team's so tempting, and then they just goes down. Robo also went down. Luckily, Huck has already started the transition into High Templars, but it's so far away from Storm. It's not going to be scary.
Oh, nice Medevac snipe. Yeah, beautiful. Now, upgrades for Polt are actually on par, something that you would have expected Huck to have a massive lead in. 3 cannons here are going to help with us a little bit, but they're going to get depowered if the pylon does. That's actually like a terrible pylon.
Yeah, it is. This attack's still ongoing strong for Polt. The rest of their army does catch up, but there's only 1 Colossus.
It needs to
Second
be careful.
Colossus from the back.
Oh, the force fields.
Polt.
Oh, the force fields are good on top of the ramp, but again, yeah, Hawk knows to look in 2 locations at once. This is not a player who's easily tunnel visioned, but unfortunately, this engagement area is not one that he wants to take. Stalkers need to blink back, but the Marauders are perhaps a little too good. Hawk, please don't tell me you've given up, because you've still got so much to live for. Lots of Stalkers on the top of the cliff. We got Zealots back here as well. Those 2 Robos are about to finish back up, but there's no storms. Zombie Grub, he knows that he doesn't have time to get them. The cannons are depowered, and Polt actually finds to be the one sandwiched this time, but the probe pull is not looking good for Hawk. A little bit desperate in this final engagement.
Yeah, a bunch of Zealots going to warp in, and they're probably going to push back the Marauders because they're already so low on health. But what can Hawk do from here? Like, the Storm's Pult's not up at 100 or 200 supply, yeah, but very soon he will be. His economy's been great this entire time. He's already on 4 bases, and he's not the one that has to replace high-tech units. He's just making Marauders and Marines.
Tier 1, Tier 2, yeah. One of the things, too, out of Polt, I gotta give him credit for in a big way, producing medevacs behind this. How many times do you watch a Protoss player snipe these medevacs and a Terran player never reproduces them, right? Like, suddenly you've got like 3 medevacs for a 150 supply bioarmy, like that's not gonna cut it. But Polt has been very adamant about keeping these the production up while having Vikings on the field. So, I mean, I know we're focusing a lot on Hawk and like what's going good and bad for him, but Polt has just been laying on the pressure because he's in a position to do so. 4 bases and still pushing.
Oh, dropping the main once again. Nothing there. The Colossus will pop out only to die. And
Gruntar! Oh, man. Hawk is not going to be happy. Yep.
Oh.
That is
Incur
super
the wrath of
unfortunate.
Huck.
Oh, my God. That gives me time to take some water, though, so I'll deal with this for now.
Oh.
Oh, hey, let's not touch that, seriously. Like, guys, I know some of you are going to want to talk about it in chat. Please, I'm asking you not to. Unfortunately, Grintor will lag out by the appearance of its,
Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, we got a cool little tweet here from Rude House Gaming. Great casting tonight. Totally worth not sleeping at all. Keep up the good work. That's how I feel right now, actually, precisely. I mean, not the self-gratification, but the totally worth not sleeping for. So yeah, this is unfortunately going to drop out immediately, and Huck is going to have to resume, but at the very least, the consolation of that is it wasn't during an engagement. Again, I don't like the pilot for these cannons. It's so bad. I'm going to blink forward to pick off the medevacs. Should be able to clean up the drop afterwards with no medevac support. Yeah, Zealot's going to come in here, but the one medevac still standing could evacuate this force, but he doesn't need to. Looks like he'll just win. Drop, oh, not even drop, just a push running right through everything. The mineral line is going to be used to his advantage. Picks up and drops towards the main. That one medevac is so low with units in it, but Huck doesn't pick it off. Still dealing with both sides of this. Now the third base under attack once again, and cannons are killed without killing the pylon. Zombie Grub, this is looking like it could be over.
I don't think Huck's going to be quite ready to give up yet. He's able to take care of one army, and he still thinks, I mean, this is the last game. This is the last possible way you're going to get that free ticket there.
Oh, third base falls.
Qualified for it, so why not wait it to the very end?
Yeah, everything on the line. Like, Huck should be scrapping down to the last probe, because against Polt, this is the difference of a paid trip. Oh, good game. And Polt will be one of the 4 qualifiers for IEM Sao Paulo, Brazil. Congratulations to him. Huck, though, put up a phenomenal series, and it's so unfortunate that that went the way it did. But, yeah. Currently, 2-2. The game number 5 for State versus Puck has already begun. So, boys and girls, we're gonna run our last ad today. We'll do our shout-outs and our self-gratification and advertisement later. But let's go ahead, and before I do that, put, of course, the qualified slash defeated, or eliminated, I should say. So super duper unfortunate to see Huck go out like that. Really good series, though, I think we can easily say. Polt qualifies along with Major and Hello Kitty. Of course, Polt was knocked out of the winner's bracket, but managed to qualify through the loser's bracket. State versus Puck, the last 2 to remain. We will stay live to at least update you